started with minerals. From there onwards, we were studying about mining. What is mining? Mining is the extraction of minerals. It is written here, you can see here. It's the extraction of valuable minerals and geographical materials from the depth of the earth. So, this is we can say that it's just an introduction to mining. What is just mining? It is digging out things from the interior portion of the earth. Now, this video, I have done it in two ways. First one, I will give you an introduction about mining and what are the points which you have to study in this chapter. And after that, we will continue it with the PowerPoint presentation where you can see the pictures and the details of that. And points are also there, you can write and learn from that. Okay, so let's start the chapter. So, mining is extraction of valuable minerals and geographical materials from the earth crust. So, it is mainly, we can say that it is digging out the minerals from the earth. Now, the second part of our chapter is impact of mining. What is the impact of mining? Mining is having a negative impact on environment during the mining time and after the mining time. And how it is and what it is, we will study in the coming video. Now, the next topic which we have to do in this chapter is types of mining. There are two types of mining. The first one we call it as open cast mining or surface mining, and the second one is subsurface mining or underground mining. So, surface mining, we can say that pouring and open pit mining etc. comes in the surface mining, and the subsurface mining part, we can see that they are shaft mining, digging deep into the earth and taking out the minerals. Coal is mined like that. So, we can say that there are two different ways in which mining is done. That is surface mining from the outer portion, mainly stones, gravel and different types of marble, granite, all these are mined like that. And underground mining usually done for taking or digging out the minerals like metals. So, this is the main topic which we have to deal in this chapter. And after that, in the last portion about the conservation of minerals. Why minerals should be conserved? What is the necessity to conserve minerals? In that part, we will study that how it is we can say that minerals are not renewable resource. They are not a renewable resource. But once we use it, it will be extinct. So, what is the use of conserving and what are the measures which we can take for protecting this minerals? And minerals means whatever is there, it is in a limited quantity only, and we have to use it in such a way that we can use it maximum. Along with that, we can save it for our future generation. So, these are the main points which we will deal in this portion. And after this, this we can see a PowerPoint presentation. In that, you can watch each and every point in detail with the support of pictures. And after that, our video will be there. And there also you can watch things related to mining. And fill up questions are given. That fill up questions, it is necessary to write in your copy and learn. It is not compulsory to write the lecture or notes in your copy. So, you can write the question answers. And the remaining portion you have to watch and understand. If doubts are there, you can ask in the comment box and in the queries, and answers will be given soon.
Let's continue our class with the image of mines. You can see mines here. The first one is an underground mining or subsurface mining, and the second one is open cast or surface mining. So both are different. One for the first one is you can see that it is burrows or holes are made inside the earth, and the things are digged out. Mostly coal and some type of minerals are digged out, and this underground mining is of different ways. Means it is sometimes horizontal access tunnels are made, sometimes diagonal slopes are made, and sometimes vertical access slopes are made. So like that, there are so many methods are there for doing underground mining. And for the in the next picture, we can see the open cast mining or surface mining, and this one is comparatively not very dangerous like the underground mining. Now we'll discuss about that detail in the coming class. And now you can see the impact of mining. What is um, what is mining? That just think, what is mining? It is extraction of minerals from the or other geographical material from the depth of the earth. So from the beginning I told you that it is digging out the minerals from interior portion of the earth. So many minerals like coal, clay, potash, iron, all these things are digged out from the earth. And while doing such activity, so many negative impacts are there for the nature, because people are digging land and taking the minerals out. So if it is not a planned one, it can make, or it can result in disaster for the environment. So we can say that this mining activity is having a negative impact during the time of mining and after the mines are closed. That is why the nations of the world have passed so many measures for decreasing its impact. But we cannot say that to an extent it is successful. But in some countries they are following rules and regulations. But in most of the countries, you can say that those of the underdeveloped countries, it is not that much practical. These mining or mining companies, they used to dig out the materials, and after that they leave the mines like that and they leave the country. And their main aim is only to make the profit, not any, they don't have any interest in the environment or protection of environment. And this next thing is work safety. In the case of underground mining, work safety is very less. Work safety has no longer been a concern now, because now so many safety measures are taken by the government and by the companies for the workers. But earlier, but in a clean context, we can say that it is not an activity which is very safe. It is very dangerous work. Underground mines are very means dangerous. We cannot say that it's a safe one. Now, moving to the next part, that is the most important part of our chapter, types of mining. Now we are going to discuss about what are the different types of mining, how they differ, and what are the different methods which comes under surface mining and subsurface mining, etc. So let's start the types of mining. There are two types of mining. I've already told you there are two types of mining. The first one is surface mining, or digging down from the surface, or taking out or removing the top portion of the land and start digging out the minerals. Second one is subsurface mining, cutting small shaft into the earth and excavate from within. And that is the second one, that is called the subsurface mining. Now you can see the difference of this two types of mining. It is not given in your textbook, but still you can see and understand what is the difference between these two types of mining. The first one is surface mining. It is scoop ore off surface of the earth, or dig big holes and scoop, or you can see it here, it is digging out the materials from the top and it is not going in the interior portion of the earth. And what are the merits? So we can say that not only merits, we can say that it is a feature or characteristics. So first one is that surface mining, it is cheap, safe for miners, large amount of environmental destruction, because topsoil or the top area is removed. That's why it makes its negative impact is large amount of environmental destruction. Second, we can say that as a merit, it is cheap and safe for the miners. In the case of subsurface mining, use shaft to reach deeply buried ores, and it is expensive, hazardous for miners, and it is very dangerous for miners. Accidents usually happens in this type of underground mining. Then less environmental damage, because it is beneath the earth, it is not disturbing the topsoil. So that is a difference between types of mining. The first one is surface mining. It is cheap, safe for miners, but large area is destructed, or the topsoil is removed, so destruction for the environment. And the other case, subsurface, it is expensive, it is dangerous for miners, but environmental damage is less. Now surface mining, you can see the image of surface mining. That condors, they'll cut the land and they'll dig out the minerals. You can see the image. Now moving to the next portion, that is subsurface mining. Holes are made and work is done mainly in the interior portion of the earth by making shafts or holes. They used to dig out the minerals. Now there are about 5 different techniques. We usually call it as the techniques of open cast mining or surface mining. Surface mining is done by removing surface vegetation, dirt and layers of bedrock in order to reach the buried mineral deposit. Techniques are about 5 in number. They are open pit mining, quarrying, strip mining, mountaintop removal and landfill mining. These are the 5 important techniques used in the open cast mining, and we will discuss each one now. You can see an image of surface mining, how it is done. It is used by JCBs, and all the topsoil is removed, and after taking that topsoil, from that minerals are taken, ores are taken. So this is an activity done in a surface mining. Now we'll see what all these 5 techniques are. The first one is open pit mining. This is recovery of materials from an open pit in the ground. So it is taking down the minerals by making an open pit or a small hole on the or removing the topsoil and taking out the minerals. Quarrying is mainly done for taking sandstone, clay, then granite, etc. It is identical to open pit mining except that it refers to sandstone and clay. Then the next one is strip mining. This consists of stripping surface layer off to reveal ore underneath. So all these are done on the top portion of the earth. The ways are different according to the material taken, or we can say that for different minerals or this mining activity is different. Then the mountaintop removal, it is commonly associated with coal mining, which involves taking the top of mountain off to reach deposit and deep. So that is another way of taking mountaintop removal. I'll show you one image of mountaintop removal. There you will understand it more. Now the next one is landfill mining. Landfill mining reclamation is a process whereby solid waste which have previously been landfilled are activated and processed. This means usually after the mining they used to leave the land like that, or they'll close the mine, putting the remaining sand, mud, clay, everything inside, and then they'll leave the place. After years or afterwards, they'll do the mining again in that same area, and that type of mining is called landfill mining. Now, second one is underground or subsurface mining. Subsurface mining consists of digging tunnel or shaft into earth to reach buried ore deposit. Ore for processing in waste rock for disposal are brought to the surface through tunnels and shaft. Subsurface mining can be classified by the type of access shaft used for the extraction and technique used to reach the mineral deposit. So 3 ways are there. We can say that according to the technique used, it is categorized into 3. And these 3 types are drift mining, slope mining and shaft mining. If the hole is made in a horizontal way, it is called horizontal access tunnel. It is called drift mining. If it is that hole is made in a diagonal, or a diagonal slope is made, it is called slope mining. And if it is in a vertical way, it is called a shaft mining. And these techniques are used in according to the condition of the land, according to the strength of the area or the land they used to make this type of, or they'll decide how to mine the resources. So they are 3 in number: drift mining, slope mining and shaft mining. Drift mining, it is made, horizontal lines are made, then slope diagonal, and shaft it is vertical access shaft is made. Now you can see an image of subsurface mining. Here whatever we studied now, that you can see here drift mining, a vertical line is made. Drift mining, it's a horizontal line is made. And in the second one, it is slope mining, a diagonal line is made, and the third one you can see a straight vertical line is called shaft mining. So for the first one it is horizontal, it's like a line, and you can see the mines are made, or you in the mountain top mining you can see here holes are made on the mountain. It is in a horizontal way, it is called drift mining. If it is a diagonal way, it is called a slope mining. And shaft means it is a vertical hole is made and then the things are mined. So this is subsurface mining. Subsurface mining is used when minerals are located too deep for surface mining. If the materials are in the interior portion, then only this type of mining is done. Shaft and passageway are dug into the ground to reach the ores. Now drift mining and slope mining, you can see once again drift mining, it is a horizontal access tunnel is made, and in a slope mining a slanting or a diagonal sloping access shaft is made or hole is made. Both are made for collecting coal. Both are representing coal mine. Now you can see the shaft mine, it is a vertical, and you can see that it is a vertical underground passage is made, a type of underground mining done by use of a mine shaft. A mine shaft is a vertical passage used for access to an underground mine. You can see that big holes are made, vertical lines are made, and from there shafts are made, and things are taken out through this holes. So this is called a shaft mining. So when we study about underground mining, three important techniques we can say. First one is horizontal access, second one diagonal, and the third one is a vertical access shaft. Now another techniques are like shrinkage, slope mining, long wall mining, room and pillar mining, retreat mining, and hard rock mining. These are some other techniques which is used. I'll say that in a short way. That is, first one is shrinkage slope, and it is involving mining upward, creating a slope underground room. And long wall mining means this include a long ore surface underground. If that mines or ores are there beneath the earth, long walls are there, then or if ores are there in a long or in a continuous way, this type of long wall mining is done. Room and pillar mining is mainly done for removing the ore from rooms while leaving the pillars in place to support the roof. Means like houses, rooms are made, and from that ores are taken, and after completing there they'll move to the next place. The last one is the retreat mining. Room and pillar mining often leads to retreat mining, in which support pillars are removed and mines are retreat, or it is left for so many years for means after finishing one mining activity they'll leave that place. The last one is hard rock mining, mainly done for mining igneous and metamorphic rocks. Now the main next part is understanding the difference between surface mining method and the underground mining method. You can see it here. Surface mining method: mountaintop mine, contour mine, high wall or auger mine, and area mine you by taking out the rocks and minerals from there with the help of JCBs and other machineries. That is on one side, that is coming under the part of surface mining. Means mines are on the top portion or on the outer side. From there rock, soil, etc. is taken, and from there ores and minerals are removed. In the second side you can see the next category, that is drift mining, slope mining, and shaft mining. So it is done on the same mountain. On both sides you can see its difference. The first one is on the outer portion, the second one is in the interior portion of the mountain. The next topic is conservation of minerals. So minerals are not a renewable resource. Once we use it, it will get extinct. Minerals are fund resources, so it is important, it is necessary for us to use it properly and keep it for our next generation. As the mineral resources are limited, it is important to conserve minerals for future generation. The mineral resources are non-renewable and replenishable. That means we cannot create it again, or once it is over means it is finished. It is not like sunlight or sea wave which happens again and again. Once we use the mineral, that means it is finished. The second one is we can conserve mineral resource by utilizing renewable resources like hydroelectricity and solar power, wind power, etc. So substitute can be used, which comes under renewable or resources which can be used again and again. So solar power, wind power, hydroelectricity, all these can be used instead of using petrol, coal, diesel, or such type of natural gas, etc. Instead of that, we can use this type of hydroelectricity or solar power, etc. Next one is minerals can be conserved by using their substitutes like biofuel as a thermal power, etc. A number of minerals can be recycled and reused. For example, iron and other materials which we get from the earth, once it is used we can use it again and again. That means we can recycle it and we can reuse it. Such type of minerals can be protected more and used it in different way, so that we can use less amount, but its use should be more. So that is all about the conservation of minerals. The most important thing which we have to keep in our mind is it is not only for us, it is for our future generation also. So it is necessary for us to protect that. Now minerals, how we can conserve them? Simple ways. Biofuel can be used instead of coal and petroleum as a thermal fuel or fuel which makes heat. Minerals can be conserved by avoiding wastage and bringing efficiency in mining technology. That means whatever from where we are doing mining, take a digger or to get the maximum amount from there, so that we can avoid the hazards of nature, and along with that we'll get the maximum output from there. The government is also trying to control the hazards. Haphazard's use of minerals means more use, or which is not in a proper way. So that type of usage of minerals are also controlled by the government. Now we'll see a video. In that you can watch a small short videos related to mining. Watch that.
Is extracting ore or minerals from the ground. An ore is a natural material with a high concentration of economically valuable minerals, and miners dig up and process ore to be sold for a profit. Some of the more widely known and mined minerals range from precious metals like gold and other metals like copper and nickel, which are widely used for construction and manufacturing. People have been mining or removing useful and valuable materials from the earth for thousands of years, and mining takes place all over the world. There are different types of mines. There is surface mining. An example of surface mining are open cut mines. Open cut mines dig deep into the earth, creating a huge hole. From there the minerals are removed. Gold and copper are often mined using this method, and Gold Ridge Mine on Guadalcanal is an example of an open cut mine. Strip mining, as the name describes, strips or removes the earth's top layers to gather the minerals close to the surface. Nickel and bauxite are commonly mined using this method, and strip mining is the type of mining proposed on Isabel, Choiseul, Wagina, and Rennell Islands. And there is alluvial mining. others. Often, alluvial mining is done by individuals or small groups. Another widely used style of mining is called underground mining. As the name suggests, the miners work underground, tunneling into the earth, searching for and removing the minerals. The deepest underground mines are in South Africa and reach nearly 4 kilometers into the earth. Most deep-sea mine will likely be in Papua New Guinea, and some areas of Solomon Islands are being explored by deep-sea mining companies. Mining begins with removing the raw materials, the rock and the earth. In small alluvial mining, this can be done by hand with few tools. Many mines, though, are huge operations that use some of the biggest machinery that has ever been built. After the earth has been dug up, it is transported for export or sent to a processing plant. A processing plant removes the unwanted rock and earth and separates the valuable ore and minerals from the waste. If the mine builds a processing plant on site, this can provide further local business and employment opportunities. The separated valuable ore and minerals are kept and sent to a port for transport out of the country and sale overseas. Because mines need to remove huge amounts of earth in order to find the minerals they are looking for, they produce huge amounts of waste. That waste is called tailings. What to do with or how to dispose of those tailings or waste is one of the most difficult environmental challenges with mining. And money generated by royalty payments. How much and what kind of benefits that mining can provide are determined by the agreement that the government and landowners negotiate with the miner. But not all mines and mining companies are the same. Some miners are less concerned with honesty and community relations than other better quality and more honest mining companies. Also, if the government and landowners are not honest and transparent, then it will be difficult for an honest and transparent company to work there, and that place might be filled instead with a mining company more concerned with making quick profit and with little regard for environmental damage or community benefits. A community and other stakeholders should make the effort to investigate the history of a mining company that is considering prospecting or mining on their land, and consider the past conduct of that company in other places they have mined. Mining is already a part of our lives, and many of the goods and tools that we use every day are made from materials produced from mines. Further, mining is one of the largest contributors to the world's economy. But because mining is such a huge endeavor, its impacts, whether good or bad, are also huge. The future and success of mining in the Solomon Islands is in our hands. It is the decisions that we make and how prepared we are to be wise, honest, transparent, and carefully plan that will determine mining success or failure in the Solomon Islands.
So let's continue with the exercise questions. 6 questions are given here. The same questions will be uploaded in the question or practice questions. You can write all these questions in your copy and you can learn that. So these are the questions. Dash is the extraction of valuable minerals from the depth of the earth. 2. Dash and dash are the 2 types of mining methods. 3. Mountaintop removal mining is associated with dash mining. Slope mining uses dash sloping shaft. Minerals are dash resources. 6th question. Dash can be used instead of coal and petroleum as thermal fuel power. So that is all about chapter. This chapter is over. Its question answers are already given. And by next week I'll start the next chapter, and our next chapter is North America. Thank you.